eradicate disease, and tap the ocean's depths.
Divided, there is little we can do. United, there is little we cannot do. The man that made this quote famous was a leader. He was a visionary. He was a fearless speaker. He was a humble man. This man was John F. Kennedy. President John F. Kennedy was the 35th President of the United States. He became the youngest man elected and the first Roman Catholic president. On January 21st, 1961, he delivered his inaugural speech, which is widely considered to be amongst the best presidential inauguration speeches in American history. The content of his speech still applies today. Today, I, Rosangela Ortiz,
Elisa Belkin,
Manuel,
will inform you about our speaker, John F. Kennedy. First, we'll explain why we chose the speech. Second, the significance of his inaugural address. And third, the powerful communication concepts utilized in his speech. And finally, why John F. Kennedy is a source of inspiration to all. Manuel will start by telling you why we chose John F. Kennedy as our speaker.
JFK was a visionary president like any other. According to John Jixey's article, Still Hot Topic for Historians, John F. Kennedy took various actions in the cause of equal rights, calling for new civil rights legislation. His vision of America extended to the quality of the national culture and the central role of the arts in a battle society. He wished America to resume its old mission and the first nation to dedicate to the revolution of human rights. Kennedy was the president of a very eventful era. According to the website jfklibrary.com, events during his administration included the Bay of Invasion, the Cuban Missile Crisis, the building of the Berlin Wall, the space race, the American rights movement, and early events of the Vietnam War. Despite his short-lived presidency, John F. Kennedy was an active president during defining moments of our history. With the Alliance for Progress and the Peace Corps, he brought American idealism to the aid of developing nations. As President, John F. Kennedy set out to redeem his campaign pledge to get America moving again, and his economic programs launched the country on its longest sustained expansion since World War II. Before his death, he laid plans for massive assault on persisting pockets of privation and poverty. Now that I have explained our choice of speaker, Rosangela will explain the significance of John F. Kennedy's speech.
We chose John F. Kennedy's inauguration speech in 1961 because of the significance it has in our history. According to the book, The Uncommon Wisdom, John F. Kennedy, a portrait of his own words by Michael A. Genovese, John F. Kennedy's inaugural address offered hope not just to the United States, but also to the world. It was a sense of belonging without divisions on the basis of citizenship, economic status, or belief. In his address, all humans are created equal, but most importantly, have equal duties to mankind. John F. Kennedy's inaugural address inspired the public to see the importance of civic action and public service. His words challenged every American to contribute in some way to the public good and to think outside the box. Think globally about our problems and find solutions. John F. Kennedy's speech was fearless. He spoke with such devotion that he convinced not only Americans, but those outside our borders. Now Elisa will inform you on the literary terms used in John F. Kennedy's famous inaugural address.
John F. Kennedy's inaugural address contains powerful literary terms. I will focus on organization, call of action, ethos, and pathos. I will now play an insert of John F. Kennedy's speech introduction.
We observe today not a victory of party, but a celebration of freedom, symbolizing an end as well as a beginning, signifying renewal as well as change. For I have sworn before you and Almighty God the same solemn oath our forebears prescribed nearly a century and 3/4 ago. The world is very different now, for man holds in his mortal hands the power to abolish all forms of human poverty and all forms of human life. And yet the same revolutionary beliefs for which our forebears fought are still at issue around the globe. The belief that the rights of man come not from the generosity of the state, but from the hand of God. We dare not forget today that we are the heirs of that first revolution. Let the word go forth from this time and place to friend and foe alike that the torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans born in this century, tempered by war, disciplined by a hard and bitter peace, proud of our ancient heritage, and unwilling to witness or permit the slow undoing of those human rights to which this nation has always been committed, and to which we are committed today at home and around the world.
John F. Kennedy's speech structure paints a portrait that is finalized with a strong call of action. As we saw in the introduction, his speech starts with examples of trials and tribulations the United States has gone through. This is followed by current global devastating situations, and finally he provides not recommendations but obligations. As citizens of a global society, this organization paves a clear path to action. Call to action is a tool used to create a sense of duty in the audience. John F. Kennedy utilized this tool in the following quote: "In your hands, my fellow citizens, more than mine, will rest the final success of failure or our course." And in the highly recognized phrase, "My fellow citizens of the world, ask not what America will do for you, but what together we can do for the freedom of man." Here we see direct words of action. According to the textbook, A Pocket Guide to Public Speaking, 2nd edition, Ethos focuses on the speaker's attractiveness of the character and the authority in the speaker inspires. An example is found in the 8th paragraph of the transcription of John F. Kennedy's inaugural address. "To those people in the huts and villages of half the globe struggling to break the bonds of mass misery, we pledge our best efforts to help them help themselves." His willingness to help others outside national in need is an example of only one of the many examples of his good moral character.